we are going to start with our Waves of Inspiration card. And we are going to do it in a different color combination than you might be used to seeing with it. Yes, Polly, your granddaughter would love this thing. Absolutely love it. They're so cute. And they're only like $7 or something like that, I think, on Amazon. So they're not very expensive at all. So we're going to be using the Stamparatus. And I have my big wave sitting here on my Stamparatus, and I am going to move my magnets out of the way, and I'm going to bring in my piece of cardstock. Now this piece of cardstock is like a quarter sheet, and so it's a quarter sheet, so it's a little bit big for what we're doing, but we're just going to cut it down. So I'm just going to line it up where, you know, I have this thing positioned where I want it to be, where the magnet's going to do the most, give me the most benefit. And then I am going to, oh, Joanne, Kelly, you can watch that. You can watch Kelly's again. All you have to do is go to the Stamp Happy Academy website, click on the live tab, click on March, scroll past mine. You'll hit Kelly's and you can rewatch that whenever it's convenient for you. So there you go. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up. All right, are you guys ready? We're going to use pink. So we're going to start with this Flirty Flamingo. And I'm going to ink up the wave here in the Flirty. Okay, I'm going to close my Stamparatus. I'm going to bring in my little presser tool. I don't know what this thing is called. I don't think it really has a name. Somebody just decided to make one of these, and now people like using them. They're similar to something that you would use on an air hockey table, and I do have a link to those in the description of this video. I have a few links down there of some of my crafty favorite items, and so look at that. I know, oops, I didn't quite get right there. Okay, so we have done it in Flirty Flamingo, and now I am going to clean this off. And I know what you're thinking, pink? Seriously? I know, right? But it's fabulous, and you're going to love it. Okay, so then I'm going to bring in a sponge dauber here. I like doing this. I love using sponge daubers to ink up my stamps. I just think it's very fun. You can get some amazing color, and it's just fantastic. Like on this cactus card, you can see this darker spot here on the side. I did that with the sponge dauber. I added a little bit of a sponge dauber action there after I inked it up. I used the same color. This one I'm not using the same color. I'm using a different color. So I'm going to tap this into my Magenta Madness ink. And I'm just going to add a little bit of this dark pink in some certain areas of this. And I should let you guys know, in case you're not aware, that the Magenta Madness is part of our in color collection that is going to be leaving us at the end of April. With our new catalog coming out, we will now have new in colors. And so those are going to be gone. So check that out. Is that not the coolest thing ever? So you have a two-tone wave. Of course, it's pink. I know. Who does pink waves? Barb does. So I'm going to peel my cardstock out of here. And then I'm going to close up my Stamparatus because I don't need it anymore. And I'm going to put it aside here. And so now for this, we're going to trim this down. So like I said, it was a quarter sheet. It was a full quarter sheet. And so I'm going to trim it down so that it is 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm going to start by getting some of the edge here. There we go. And let's see, we want just a little bit of the base of this wave to come off. There we go. And now we want, looking for 5. There's 5. And then we'll flip it around and we'll go for 3 3/4. Okay, there we go. Exactly. Polly says, I play with unicorns, so of course I'm going to have a pink wave. That's not too far off, honestly. Okay, so we have this part done. Now I also need a sentiment. So I am going to bring in my sentiment here. And this one says, you're so totally awesome. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to ink it up in the Flirty Flamingo. And then I'm going to do a little tap tap here. And I'm going to get a little bit, just so, again, give it a little bit of a huff. And then check that out. It's two-tone also, which is fantastic. Okay. Oh, wait, I need this again because I have to do something on the inside of the card. So I've got a thick Whisper White card base that we're going to be, the Whisper White, Basic White. It was Whisper White for so long, I don't know if I'll ever be able to stop calling it that. Okay, I need a scratch paper. So I've got these little small grid papers that come with the stamper, don't come with the Stamparatus, but they were designed for use with the Stamparatus. But you can use them for anything, and I like using them as my scratch paper because they take up no space. It's just this little tiny spot here. They have grids and a ruler. Not that I need that for this project, but you know, if you did. Okay, so I've also got this thing here. Mary says the chit chat's like an icebreaker and it's pretty fun. Well, good. I'm glad you think that, Mary. So obviously Mary is not the one who told me that there was too much chit chat going on. All right, so I'm going to stamp this on the side here, kind of off the page a little bit. And again, more two-tone stamping. I know, I'm kind of obsessed. All right, and now I think I'm going to stamp my happy birthday in, we're going to go full on pink. We're going to go magenta here. And I'll stamp it up here. All right, let's see if we can get it straight. No guarantees. Ooh, that might have actually worked. Okay, I think, oh, no, not quite. Yeah, I think we are. I think we're done with the ink. Okay, and then let's see. Mary also said that it can affect your thinking. I know, Mary. It is so, just in that first season, I was like, in my own mind, I'm thinking, who comes up with this stuff? Honestly, you have to be kind of a sicko to come up with some of those ways they killed people. And anyway, yeah, sometimes it's too much murder for me. All right, so I also have from our Supple Shimmer Glimmer paper. What did I do with it? Hold on. I put it away, I think. Yes, I did. Okay, so the Supple Shimmer is two different colors. It's like pink, this fantastic shiny pink, and then this kind of bluish greenish white. Okay, and so I cut the wave out of, oh, there was a bunch of stuff on the floor. Oops, out of that glimmer paper. So I'm going to attach it to the card like that. It's going to be fantastic. Now, I usually like to use liquid glue. Okay, but the tip on this isn't very fine. So I found these little bottles on Amazon. They come with these little pins. They have metal tips on them. And I just filled up some liquid glue in here. And then look at that. Look at how fine that little bead of glue is that comes out of there. Because the tip is so skinny. Whoops, I need to squish it out some more. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in this pad, and then I should be able to do this a little bit better. So this is a silicone mat. There we go. And I'm just going to add a little bit of this glue here. And this is a pretty fine piece. And so there's not, you know, very much space to put glue. And yes, I could have used an adhesive sheet. I know. I never think about that. So anyways, I think I have these linked in my links below. If I don't, you can go to my blog and find them. Or if you want to just give me a second here when we get done, I'll add it when we're done. But look at that. The tip is so fine. It's amazing. And so I'm having a good time. And I love that it comes with this little pin so that I can, if I could see it, I can get that right back in there. So hopefully it won't dry out on me. Okay, so I'm going to add this down here in the corner. And then I'm just going to kind of press it along the edge. And then of course I'll have a little bit to trim off, but no big deal there. Press that into place. Look at how fantastic that looks. Again, I know that it's pink, but it looks great. All right, we'll just snip off that tiny bit right there. So this was 3 3/4 by 5. And then I have a piece of magenta here that is, what did I measure this? 4 by 5 1/4, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. 4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to add some seal to this. And then we'll add this to this. So much pink. I don't know if I can handle it. My daughter would probably barf if she saw this. She despises pink. Who can hate on pink? Pink is fantastic, but she just doesn't, she doesn't do it. She doesn't like it. All right, and then we have dimensionals to mount it to the card here. And I'm going to bring in my baby boss, and we're going to cut that sentiment out. And then we have just one more little detail to do. Hopefully this is going to be straight. There, yes it is. Okay, so let me put my ribbons back in. Move my things out of the way so I can bring the baby boss in here. Okay, here is the baby boss. Where is my dies? Here are my dies. I'm going to use this label that comes in the set. And so I have my boss here. I have, oh, they're not on my link list, Diane. I will put it on there. I will put it on there as soon as I'm done, so that you guys can find those. They are super cute. It's a set of 2. So I have one filled, oops. And then I need to get this other one filled up too, but I didn't want to because I'm not using it yet. But anyway, they're super cute. Okay. So I'm going to make my sandwich. Oh, thank you, Polly. She said she didn't think my quality was bad. You know, it was weird, Polly, because it just seemed like it was recently becoming kind of awful to me anyway. When I looked at it, I thought, oh my gosh, why is that so awful? But, well, I'm glad to know that you didn't think it was that bad. You know, hold on a second, guys. I got to position this on here before I make my sandwich in there so I can get it centered. And I got to do it like this. There we go. Okay, so when I make my sandwich, I have my white plate, and then I have my cutting pad a little bit back, and then my second cutting pad is going to be even with my first pad, with my white pad. And then I'm going to try to slide this off without moving my die. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to flip that around. There we go. And by doing that, it has something to grab onto, so that works out pretty well. Move that out of the way. And then we have this cute little label. Ta-da! Fantastic. Let's bring this back in. And then I also have a little bit of our pink. This is polished pink, but I find that it really goes great with the Magenta Madness. So I use it with Magenta Madness also. So we are going to thread this through the label here. There we go. I'm going to snip off the end. And since I'm a little anal, you guys know it, it's not a secret, I'm going to tape this down. I'm going to get it so that it's in the middle. Try to get it so it's in the middle. So what I'm trying to do is line up the ends of the ribbon, you know, through the center of this thing. And then I'm going to tape it. There. Then I can trim off the ends. There's 1 and 2. Oops, I've got my wrong scissors. These are our old scissors, but I love them. Okay, so I'm going to add this right up here, and I'm just going to use regular adhesive. I think I'm just going to go with some seal. Whoops, that did not work out. Okay, so I think about like that is where I want it. Okay. And then I have these cute little silver and clear epoxy essentials. And I was messing around with them today, and you can color them. I did not know that. So I've got my dark Magenta Madness Stampin' Blend here, and I'm using the bullet end. I do not like to use my brush end. I find that doing this kind of stuff with the brush end ruins it. So I use my bullet end, and I am just adding some dark Magenta Madness to these clear epoxy things here. And I am going to, and let's see, maybe we can use this end. Add a couple of them to the card. Like so. More pink, right? Okay, and then on the inside, I have die cut a couple of those. There's a little bird die in here, and so I die cut some of those out of the pink glimmer paper. And I'm going to add these to the inside because I thought, you know what? We're going pink, we're going glitter, we're going all out here. Okay. There's that. And really enjoying this little bottle. Trying not to squirt too much out, so it's a little bit of a challenge. Polly says she's getting excited for the retreat. Yes, Polly, it is going to be so exciting. We are going to be all retreat all next week, Dina, Kelly, and I, getting ready for it. So it'll be fantastic. You guys will not be disappointed. Those of you that are registered will not be disappointed. So there. Okay, so there is my first card. Pink waves. I think it's kind of fantastic, honestly. Okay, now let me show you my inspiration. I got this card in a swap. Okay, and it is also beautiful, and it's got the shades of blue and uses that other color of the glimmer paper or shimmer paper. What is it called? Supple shimmer. So it's shimmer paper, I guess. Anyway, so look, how pretty is that? So as soon as I saw this card, I was like, oh my gosh, what would that look like pink? You know what I'm saying? And I thought, why not? So we're pink. Okay, let me put these things away.